Okay, hello and welcome to my first ever PC Let's Play. It's actually my first Let's Play in general, and my first time playing through Minecraft on the PC, and being able to use mods. And yeah, it's 2026, but I figured, what better way to explore and experience the joyous wonders of Minecraft rather than just sitting here and not having anybody to share them with, but to share them with everybody out there. And to show you guys the scenery that I come up with and stuff I find, and maybe get some inspiration and learn different ways and new techniques to play this game. I think the last time I've actually played through and accomplished an entire game from spawn all the way up through to killing the Ender Dragon was on the 360. Back in the good old Xbox 360 edition days of Minecraft. With the giant floating Minecraft sign made out of wool in the tutorial world. I still think that was probably one of the best tutorial worlds ever. You know? I don't think we're going to need any of the... definitely not going to need these acacia saplings. I'm not a big acacia wood fan. I find it to be too orange. It reminds me of like cantaloupe or something, rather than wood. I do have, as you can probably tell by the scenery and the distant horizons out there, I do have distant horizons and a shader pack and just a couple ease of use and game mechanics mods that aren't completely outlandish. I think this is the third time I've tried to record this and actually get it out there. The first two times OBS decided to absolutely fall on its face out from underneath me, and I lost probably 2 or 3 hours worth of my initial gameplay. Oh, I'm not really sure what that is. It looks like a bunch of dirt and sand are starting to come into focus. That's definitely a big pirate ship. We'll definitely have to go check that out. Maybe it's friendly, maybe it's not, who knows. I played with these mods a couple times. Like I said, OBS kind of fell on its face the first couple times I tried to record this, and I got like the first 20 minutes or maybe the last 20 minutes, but not the whole thing. So unfortunately, here I am, trial number 3. Hopefully, like they say, third time's a charm, and I can actually get it out there. All of this kind of came from watching a video from somebody out there that was talking about how kind of Let's Plays have definitely gone by the wayside when it comes to the way we all play Minecraft, or the way we all play video games in general. And I tend to agree, although I genuinely find that I still watch a handful of Let's Plays, and most of them are super hardcore. Hey, let's do 100 days hardcore Minecraft. Like, I like those, don't get me wrong, they're fun to watch. That's just not how I play. And so I figured it would be kind of a more fun way to jump into this and have a little bit of fun with it. Kind of just explore like I like to explore. See what we can see, build what we can build. The whole major goal and the whole major outcome of this is going to be to pick either a cardinal direction or a couple of adjacent cardinal directions, north and northeast or south and southwest or something similar, and just explore. That was a big fall. Let's try not to do that too many more times before we get some more equipment. I do have a map, a mini map up in the corner as you see, and I do have a larger map so we can kind of see where we're at. I didn't mark spawn. I should have. I typically do, but I just didn't this time. We can kind of see where we're at. Looks like we probably started down here somewhere and started moving north, which is absolutely okay. We can keep moving north. But like I said, the main goal for this is going to be to explore as much of the map as possible within a kind of regimented section or a regimented method of exploration. That way we can build checkpoints as well as outposts, and we can track our exploration on the main overworld map, as well as eventually build a cartography table and travel back to the sections that we have already traveled and kind of rediscover those on a physical in-game map. Or I say physical, yeah, it's an in-game map. That's kind of an oxymoron, I guess. But I think what we can do for now is start with gathering some tools. I mean, we already have wood, so we might as well build ourselves a crafting table, and we'll need an... I'm an idiot. It's okay. Like I said, it's been a minute since I've played on the... Actually, it's been a really long time since I've played on a PC, and even longer since I've actually played Minecraft in its entirety. I do have, like, as you saw with cutting down that birch tree and soon to be this birch tree, I do have a couple ease of life / game mechanics mods that allow me to take out entire trees, similar to like some of the timber mods and other such mods. So we'll be able to kind of be a little bit more efficient. On one of my previous attempts to film this, I did see one of these big pirate ships, and I believe they're pillager outposts, which is kind of nice. It's kind of cool to have pillager outposts that aren't just the traditional towers. I don't think that's a vanilla feature. I definitely think that's a mod that I've downloaded, and I just don't know what mod I downloaded to do that. And I have noticed that there are quite a few more either partially sunken or completely sunken shipwrecks. Like, it looks like this is a shipwreck right here. I believe those are... Which, I mean, kind of makes sense if you have shipwrecks that are scattered around these larger pillager ships. It's like they kind of moved in for the kill and managed to defeat whatever ship this was. It's cool. We've got an emerald and a helmet. We'll definitely end up putting that helmet on. And look at that. 3 diamonds right off the rip. I promise you, this is just a random seed that I didn't even... I'm not even entirely sure what the seed is or what half these mods I downloaded are, honestly. But within the first, 10, 20 minutes? Within the first 10 minutes of this world, we have... We have an entire set of iron armor and 3 diamonds. That's kind of nice. I'm going to go after that barrel. I might regret that in case one of those weird water zombie people come after me. But yeah, it's kind of nice. I think that's wool. It is wool. That means these are wool too then. That means we could probably build a bed with all this. That's 3 pieces of black wool. That means we could build a bed. Nope, I was hoping it would let me just kind of take all of those as one big piece. Take a handful of these pieces of wood. And like I said, I think when I saw these in a previous attempt to record this, it looked like these were pillagers of some form. I do believe, by looking at that sail a little closer, that is definitely a pillager face on that sail. Although that's a lot of wool. We could definitely make a lot of beds out of that. I don't really want to get too close because I don't know how hostile they are. I've just always observed these from afar. Yeah, definitely pillager. Definitely not friendly either. That's okay. We're not really looking to make friends right now. I think what we're going to look for currently, though, is a place to build a bed and bed down for the night. we'll sleep through this night just out in the open. I think we'll either move to the next sunset or we will move to the next area and figure out from there on how we want to proceed. It is getting dark. I think this shoreline is closer than whatever that little bump in the water is. So we'll go over here to the shoreline, drop the crafting table, build a bed really fast, and be able to get up in the morning of day, I guess what would officially be day number 1. We'll jump up here really fast. I don't really have a pickaxe, so we're just going to have to make do with what we have. Yeah, we're just going to have to make do with what we have. So it looks like we're going to be a little mountain goat and kind of have to live on this side of this hill for tonight. Okay. What I guess would be officially day number 1. We are into day number 1. So what we will do is we've slept through the night there. Let's push out over here. That looks like iron over there. That is iron. We do have some iron bars though, so we could build an iron pickaxe really fast and take that stuff out. I think that's what we're going to do. My apologies if this is scatterbrained for anybody out there, but this is how I truly play Minecraft. I am quite the scatterbrained individual. So I have a tendency to also be scatterbrained when I play a lot of Minecraft. And I have definitely missed playing Minecraft. Something just hit me and I don't know what it was and I don't like it. It was a skeleton. That sucks. It's probably why you shouldn't stand in the sunshine. But we got some bones and some arrows out of that, so that's always good. Let's see if there's anything over here. That looks like a little coal vein. Take the coal vein out. Let's take this copper vein out. I do have a vein miner, so we will get all of the vein if they're connected. If the vein is connected, we will get the entirety of it, which is kind of nice. It makes mining much more efficient, especially early game trying to get coal and some of these smaller iron veins. There's a lava pit over there that's catching everything on fire. I am not a big lava fan. I don't think anybody that plays this game is a lava fan. Let's grab this. Looks, oh, it was 4. I was just expecting the 2. Look at that. That's awesome. We've got 4 iron, which is kind of nice, and a handful of copper. This looks like wood over here. That is definitely a shipwreck. Let's go check out this other shipwreck. This is bigger than the last shipwreck we saw. Although that looks like it could also be another shipwreck over there too. There's kelp over there. Typically I collect all the kelp I can see, especially if it's on the surface. Not really anything that grows, but definitely the stuff on the surface. But I think I'm going to try to grow out of my old habits of collecting kelp. Let's see what we have to offer here. This could be a nifty outpost. Like, this would be really cool to turn a sunken ship into an outpost. You know, we could build a little bit more on it. And I think that's what we actually might do. Let's turn this thing into a... Wow. I always get afraid of getting stuck underwater in these things. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to do our best to clear this area out of any debris that or any material that we don't need, and we'll turn this into our outpost, our first outpost. If anybody has a cool naming convention for any of our outposts, feel free to let me know. I'd like to name them all something really cool, something inspiring of the outpost. I'm kind of tired of just using like Outpost 1, Outpost 2. I think outposts need to have cool names. So it'd definitely be cool to have outposts with a cool name. looks like what we'll need to do is we'll need to fill all this in with dirt. I believe would be the fastest way to do it and the most cost effective. So let's go drop. Maybe if there's sponges. I'm not really sure how to use sponges yet. If anybody knows how to use the sponges or how to get a hold of sponges, let me know. I will definitely look into that and see what we can do as far as figuring out a way to get sponges figured out. I don't like the chest there, or the workbench there. Crafting table. Let's put the crafting table over here. And I know for a fact we are going to need a shovel, but we are going to build a stone shovel. Even though we have 4 diamonds, we're going to save those. I'm not sure what the math is. I forget what the math is for diamonds and being able to get a bunch of diamonds in order to have like all my tools be diamond. So what, 3 for the pickaxe, 3 for the axe, 1 for the shovel. Something like that. Where we at? What is that, like 8? We definitely need a faster way of doing this. You know what? I'm okay with trying to make as much of this as... Let's empty this out, I guess, while we're planning our excursion on how we're going to get the water out of here. I guess what we'll do for starters, I know it's kind of a waste of tool material, but we have a lot of birch. I'm okay with building a lot of birch tools. We can take this and we'll just... Oh, well, that was kind of a waste of effort. Okay, so this is what we're going to do now. Instead of that, we're going to come over here and let's take these out like this. If anybody has, like I said, if anybody has a more effective way, please let me know in the comments. If not, we're just going to keep doing it this way, even though I know it's very inefficient. But at least we have a couple sections that are dry now. And then what we'll end up needing to do is one of these numbers. And then we'll end up taking this out. This out. I'm not sure where that water is coming in at. But at least we can... Maybe it's coming in on one of these. This is just a mess. I'm about to give up on this whole thing. So now I think these are probably slabs. Now these are full blocks. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to do this the way I know how to do this. So it's going to involve getting out of this little area. And the fastest way we're going to be able to do this is by going all the way over there to where there's sand. I see the sand. We're going to go get as much sand as we possibly can carry. And I say that we're going to get like probably a stack or a half a stack. I don't think we're going to need a lot for that little room. But we did find this. So let's take a lot of this. Okay, that sucks. And we'll just put as much of this stuff, this miscellaneous stuff that we don't necessarily need all of right now. That way we can take all of this. And another emerald. Okay. Now, before we get too carried away with a bunch of this stuff, it is getting dark, so we do definitely need to grab as much sand as we possibly can and then keep hitting the wrong button. And then head back to our base. Looks like there's probably some kelp over here that we can collect. I don't know if we need it, but we might as well collect it. If anybody knows what to do with this stuff actually other than making dye, please let me know. We'll grab as much as we can of this rather quickly. Like I said, we'll probably end up grabbing half a stack to a stack. I think that's a drown behind me, it sounds like. Yeah, it's a lot of drowned. We're going to run away. We've got just over half a stack. I don't like those guys. I'm really not looking for a fight tonight. I'm really just trying to get our first ever outpost established. Our outpost sunken ship. Outpost capsize, maybe. I don't know. I keep trying to turn this thing. We'll throw the bed up on top of the deck where the crafting table is for tonight. And then we will be able to start first thing at daybreak to build the rest of the outpost. So it is now currently daybreak. Let's jump down here. Okay, let's do this, because I know we're going to need to start with sand. And now we'll get... This is the fastest way I know how to do it. We'll have to take some of these stairs and stuff out, because I know that these are stairs here that are going to just hold the water the way that they work. But that's okay, because that just makes this a lot easier to just rip up a bunch of this. And we'll go through and we'll... I wonder if since all of these are connected... Nope. It won't let me break them like as if they're a tree. Looking at it, I think this is the problem here. We'll have to throw some sand there. And then once we get this one out, we'll put some sand here too. And that should empty this out. Yep, okay, cool. So now... we've got an entire area that all we got to do is dig up this sand and fix these small spots that still have water in them. I'm not sure if I've already made the statement. I would like to apologize about the monotone of my voice. I do have to work on trying to get a little bit better talking into a microphone. I'm not super used to it yet. Like I said, this is my first actual recorded like playthrough, I guess. So it's going to be a little different. I've never really tried it. I've always wanted to do a playthrough. I watch a bunch of playthroughs. I watch a bunch of Let's Plays. It's one of those things that I've never gotten around to doing. I figured, what better time than now to kind of start with the ability to share what I see, share what I do, share the concept of what is Minecraft to me, right? So I think what we're going to do, though, is we're going to build a temporary staircase over here in order to get up to here. Let's take the crafting table with me back downstairs. That hurt. I should probably seal that off here in the future. But I think what we're going to do is let's put that there. We'll put the barrels up there like that. Crafting table is always my nightstand next to my bed. And then what we're going to need is I am one short. Can I make any? Nope. That's got to be spruce planks. Okay. So I guess what we're going to have to do, I don't really want to make... Oh, I have dark oak stairs. I didn't even realize I had these. So... Okay. So what we're going to do... That's a shovel. Might help if I'm using the right tool. Oh, there's another chest. I didn't even notice this one. Obviously, because I didn't get to it yet. Let's see. I think that's probably the only chest, although I did notice that there's a significant amount. Let's get into this doorway pocket. Oh, well, that's my... That's where... That's my floor. I don't want that there to be a hole there. Okay, so we'll put that there. Now I'm going to need a new axe, so it'll have to be a wooden axe because I'm short on ingots. I think I have some in here, I think. I think I have some in there. I'm not sure though. So we're just going to make a wooden one though, just for ease of use, I think. Just make a wooden one for now. So wooden axe, we're going to get rid of this log, or this plank. Come back over here. Let's put our stairs down. There we go. So this is going to be our first outpost, I think. There's a couple things that we're going to need from this outpost. For starters, we're definitely going to need to build a better workflow here. I don't like this. Let's just build something really fast here. We're just going to add a stair, I think. Like that. And then here, we're going to get rid of this one. I know nothing matches yet. We'll probably get to the point where it matches. Maybe, maybe not. But this is our current home away from home. It's our current little outpost. So this is where our outpost is. This is where that large pillager ship is. We started somewhere down here. We managed to move our way up here. Doing a little bit of map reconnaissance here off of this map. It looks like we've got another portal up to our northeast. This is where we gathered that sand off to our east. There's another broken nether portal down here to our southeast. We'll have to go check those two nether portals out, I think, in the future. I think for the time being, though, I'm probably going to call it an adventure and call it a day and see what we can come up with in the future. So if you've made it this far, thank you very much for joining me through my first 30-ish minutes of Let's Play time. I think we're going to come out to about 25 minutes after we do some light editing and get everything smoothed out a little bit. If you enjoy this kind of stuff, let me know, please. Like I said, this is my first playthrough, so I'm just trying to feel everything out, and if I can get some feedback on it, I'd much appreciate it. So anyway, I hope everybody has a fantastic and wonderful day, and see you in the future.